Okay, so let me get this right. Republicans are completely fine with gerrymandering as long as it's going to disenfranchise black and brown voters. They are also okay with civil rights legislation being overturned because, again, black and brown voters. Their policies are so unpopular, they are afraid they are about to lose the election, which is why 47 called up Governor Hot Wheels and told him that he needed 5 more seats. And now they are pissed that Gavin Newsom is matching energy. Now they're talking about how it's undemocratic, but y'all don't like democracy, right? You want to choose your voters instead of the voters choosing you, but you're mad because we can do it too. It's very peculiar. And what I also find peculiar is, I'm not sure if you guys have seen the meeting between 47 and Putin, but Putin looked like a hog in slop, probably because he got everything he wanted. And 47 got nothing, except for he got the chance to clap like a seal when he saw him getting off the plane. Even Faux News said, it looks like we got played. That the reporters were scrambling because the U.S. was actually the one hosting this, but Putin spoke first. And if 47 knew anything about foreign policy, domestic policy, economics, anything about anything, even if he knew how to use adjectives correctly instead of adverbs, like bigly, he would understand that he's being dissed left and right, but he still keeps clapping like a seal because, he got to see his friend. He forgets that he is just an asset and only is valuable when he can be used. And he is being used a lot. As a matter of fact, Russia's economy is doing quite well. I saw a report earlier, and basically they were saying that typically when war starts, then it has a very dramatic effect on the economy. Initially, there's a big boom because, of course, you've got all of these weapons that need to be manufactured, so there's a big boom. But as the war goes on, you lose people and you have to replace machinery, and it costs. But they said that it was pretty good because it seems like their economy is booming because the U.S. has placed tariffs on other countries, which means other countries are now, in retaliation for the tariffs that we have placed on them, they're not getting oil from us. They're going to Russia. But, 47 doesn't know economics. He doesn't know business, unless you're talking about businesses filing bankruptcy, and he's pretty good at that. I can't believe that the Republicans are okay with the U.S. hosting a war criminal. Do you know what one of the charges is? He is going, well, not him, but, his merry band of henchmen, they are going into the homes of Ukrainian people, and they are taking their children. They are kidnapping their children, and then they are placing them in Russian homes. I wonder where they learned that from. Probably from the U.S., because that's exactly what colonizers did to Native American children. They would steal indigenous children and then place them in white families. Forced assimilation. They would be beat if they spoke in their native tongue. They were stripped from their heritage. Their legacies were shredded. I wonder. I'm sure they learned all of the abysmal activity that they are doing from us, from the U.S. And Republicans aren't mad about that. They're not mad at all, which is so strange because I thought they were the party of family values. I thought that was why they were pushing to have marriage equality overturned, because marriage should only be upheld in the way that Republicans view it. And we don't like anything that does not align with our biblical views, even though there's a separation of church and state, except we only mean that we want to separate you from your church, not us. They keep touting things like America's a Christian nation, and they forget that the colonizers who came here were fleeing religious persecution. That is why there is separation of church and state. This is not a Christian nation. And we are seeing that more and more every single day. I am absolutely appalled that the party of family values is not loud, absolutely devastated at the number of children, people, civilians that are being slaughtered in Gaza. There is still an ongoing genocide in Congo. I wonder why they are not outraged. You know what? I bet I have figured it out. I bet it is because the children are black and brown. The children do not look like them. Oh, and you know, those kids in Gaza, I mean, we just have to let the Lord do what he's supposed to do because, you know, the Bible talks about this in Revelations. This is what the end is near. The rapture is coming. Y'all do know that Israel, the nation state, was just founded in like 1948. But, oh, okay. But you wouldn't know that because you really don't read your Bible, and you especially don't read the red letters. If you do, then you do not internalize those. You just want to choose what it is that you believe. You don't want to do things like feed the poor, which is exactly what Jesus did. You would rather burn protein biscuits designed to feed poor children. You don't want to take care of orphans and widows. You don't want to ensure that people are healed, that they are safe. You would rather burn birth control designed specifically for women who are much more likely to be assaulted because of the current state of their nation. The hypocrisy is so real. It's so disgusting. I'm over it because they keep saying it's all about the children. We have to protect the children. But they have been really quiet about Epstein because, you know, they know that 47's in there. Like, I mean, that was the worst kept secret ever. Now they know that Epstein's in there. They want to, now they're saying, I mean, listen, there's nothing we can do. Oh, really? Because Epstein wasn't on islands by himself. If Ghislaine Maxwell answered questions about 100 different men, all of them didn't end up in jail cells unalived. There's plenty we can do. If it's really about the children, you can demand the release of the Epstein files. But you're not concerned about the children, probably because Republicans are the same ones who absolutely love PD3s. The infatuation with children is absolutely disgusting. It is every time I see another Republican, another Christian nationalist talking about purity to girls, to women, and then all of a sudden your browser history shows that you are looking at child pornography when there are scores of women who jump into my comments or send me messages about the way they were assaulted in their church and then they were blamed for tempting a man and they're 7 years old. Yeah, y'all love the PD3s. So of course you would not care because you don't care about children. Not when they are being assaulted, not when they are being stripped from their homes, stripped from their heritage. You don't care about them. Maybe if we said, hey, Republicans, these children could be used in the disgusting films that you watch. Maybe you would pay attention then, because you damn sure aren't paying attention now.